Hello everyone. So let's begin creating our little animation using this timing chart as a guide. So next, what I'm going to do is to create a new vector level. And basically start drawing out our blobs. So I'm going to just start from, this is outside the screen by the way. That doesn't mean I shouldn't do a complete drawing. So we have a little blob here and it's starting to move. It's moving slowly like that. So I'm putting these drawings close to each other as they begin to appear. Like that. And next it's going to start picking up speed. And it's picking up speed here. Let's see. It's here now. So I want the impact point to be here. So I wouldn't want to draw this here. So I'll just delete this one. And let's see the impact. Good, so it stopped here. And let's do the same for this one. And I think we should treat them as separate entities actually. I don't have to really be confined to this drawing. I want to treat them as separate entities. So that's our first, blob. And let's say it has collided at this point. So I'll just indicate some splashy action like that. So here, now we can maybe draw this one coming in with its own speed. So gradually, and it's moved slowly. It's moved slowly. And now it's going to start picking up speed. In fact, I'm going to draw it here now. And just to do a collision impact at this point, like that. Trying to do some splash damage. So let's zoom out a bit and see what we have here. So we have this. So here, where it hits here, we're going to, maybe we should hold that. Alright, so let's do the next drawing. Now what we can do is to create a layer on top and put those splash points on it. But I'll show you that trick after we've done the other ones. So next we have this coming from this side. And you can see this just straight ahead. I'll need to increase this length. And this is going to be coming at slightly different speeds. It's here now. And then finally, it's done a splash on the center point. Indicate some splash damage like that. All right, good. And then finally we have one coming from this edge. I believe I've done that one, right? So we need one coming from the top right, actually, from here. And you can see how I'm ignoring the onion skin now, because I know this object is going to be moving super fast. And it's actually come here and collided. That's OpenTools doing the autosave, by the way. So let's say there's a force field at the center and all our objects are actually colliding with that force field. Now I want to see this drawing just a little bit, so I'm on the same section, and this splash is going to be moving here and this moving here. Make it smaller and add one more. Let's bring that back and we can actually see this like that, and maybe just a little bit of this splash damage here. So we have something here. Let's see how it looks like. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want each of those splashes to hold. So at each point where there's a splash, we'll create a new level. Let's say here, right? So that's 10. So on 11, I'm going to create a new drawing. So let's create a new column, a vector level. And I'm going to go to 11 and turn this on. So on 11, I'm going to hold part of that splash object. And to easily do that, let's just copy it. I'll go to this level. It's on 10 actually, not 11. So if I go to if I go to 10, I could just copy this. So I'll click this, do that, hit copy, and go to our frame and paste this here. All right, so this is here. What I'll do is just hold that for a couple of frames so you can see the other things happening there. I'm going to hold it till the end of the animation actually. So we have that. So now on frame 22, that's one, I'll call this splash 1. Splash 1 hold. So I'm basically holding the splash 1 drawing here, and we can create another hold for splash 2. So on 22, we need to create a new vector level to hold that splash. Or we could draw it here. I think it's still going to hold in that position. So if I add another drawing here, let's see, let's try it. So let's add another drawing on the hold. It's now gone away. So that won't work. So I'll just undo that and create a new drawing. I'm going to call that splash 2 hold. And let's just go back here. I will just draw another splash like that and hold it. So we have first splash, second splash, third splash. So I even forgot this one. We have another splash we need to hold here on 15. So that'll be 16. So let's create a splash hold for 16. New vector level. And this is how it is here. So I'll quickly do that. Like that. So what we need to do is to take this splash here. We can put it on another level. I'll just delete it. 1. So we have 1, 2, 3. So 3 is going to be on 23. Let's quickly create that. And let's just draw a nice splashy shape. So these merge, merge, merge. Let's hold this. And then finally we're going to get this come in here. Like that. So for this one, we could just draw this on. It's getting rid of our drawing. So let's create a new vector level. Now we're going to have we need to extend it to really see what we're doing. So let's go here and just drag this, extend this a bit, extend this one, and let's extend this. Let's hold this frame rather than use the word extend, and I'll drag this here. So we can see it disappears. So I'll just do a little drawing here just to cover that section. And so you can see we have our little ball being formed at the center. So let's quickly look at it. It's looking a bit complex, but let's just play a little animation. So we have another weird looking morph where this object is being formed to separate parts. Alright, so that's how I can play around and create a nice interesting morph. Now I know this section was a bit challenging because this was just a brainstorming session on how I'll just place this. Some of the timing needs to be adjusted, but at least you have an idea on how it works. So all we're left to do now is just clean up, change the timing, and add any additional details we want to add. I want to show you a nice little trick here. Now where we have all these splashes holding, we can actually collapse them into a group, and this is how we do it. So let's click on this one and I hold Control and click on splash hold and these two other splash holds. Next I'll go over here and say here and say collapse. So if you play that, so we have one group that contains everything. So I'll just call that so this is what is called a sub X sheet. And to work with this, we need to open this. So if I go here, as you can see, open sub X sheet, and you can actually see what we have going on here. So I'll close the sub X sheet. Now if we had wanted, we could include this. So let's just do that. So I'll undo everything, including the splash grouping, and I want to include this column here. our moving object here. And with that, let's go to collapse to create the sub X sheet, and I'll call that splash. It's actually purple because it's a sub X sheet. Now we just have one drawing and we don't have all those drawings together. And we could do the same thing. We could collapse all our designs here. And now we can open this sub X sheet anytime we're on any of the columns. Now you can see we have our moving object, and we can walk here separately and fix things. When we're done, we can close our sub X sheet. Now you might not have these options up here. What you can do is to go over to, you can right click on any of these sections here and say customize X sheet toolbar and say sub. So open sub X sheet, or we can search for a keyword collapse. Collapse here, you can right click and you can just drag a collapse to your section here on your timeline. I already have collapse here, but that's how you can add things you don't have. So for example, we have this open sub X sheet. So we'll just search for open sub X sheet, and you can just drag that and place it as the first element. If I click OK, I already have an open sub X sheet option here. If I restart, I should see that here. So that's how you can customize this. I know this is a long one, but hopefully it's giving you ideas on how you can create animation. I also learned about the basic timing by looking at these timing charts and lines. See you in the next tutorial.